Hey everybody, this is Dave Littlejohn with your question of the week. And this week's question is, how much should I save in an emergency fund? Now, the general rule of thumb here is 3 to 6 months. The question is, well, in 3 to 6 months, that's kind of a weird range. Why and how much should I choose? And the answer is, it's not a hard and set answer. It depends on your personal circumstance. But here's the thinking behind the emergency fund. First and foremost, why emergency fund? Because you don't want to have to sell something you don't want to sell, and you don't want to have to borrow money because that's just digging a hole deeper. So the emergency fund is exactly what it sounds like. This is an unanticipated for expense, and I need to have some access to capital in order to bridge that gap. Okay, so if you have a family of, say, 2 earners, you can tend to cheat toward the lower end of the spectrum, because you have 2 different income streams. So if you lose one, you've got another one that's still partially funding you. If you're just a single person, or if you have other debts and so forth, you're talking about closer to the 6-month category. And then there's the tricky spot. What if you have one earner, but you have other income sources? Maybe you have rental properties or investment income, something like that. Well, that's going to help determine where on the spectrum. It's not a right or wrong answer, but the idea is, I want to have enough cash lying around that's not invested, that I don't have to sell investments at an inopportune time in order to meet an emergency need. And I don't want to go to get a loan to pay for that emergency, because now I've got interest expenses and so forth as well. So that's the purpose behind the emergency fund. This is cash that's not really invested. Okay, it can be in a savings account or something like that, but the rule of thumb is you should be able to get your hands on it in maybe 24 to 72 hours. So 1 to 3 days, you should be able to get in there and get that money and get that expense taken care of without selling something else. So bottom line, not sexy, but very, very valuable and an essential part of any financial strategy. So that's the question for the week. How much should you have saved? 3 to 6 months. If you have more questions or would like more clarification, by all means, hit the comments below or reach out to our office. You can reach us on the web, so our webpage at littlejohnfs.com, email at info@littlejohnfs.com, or you got a phone number, various social media, all that good stuff. So until next time, thanks for joining us as always. This is David Littlejohn. Catch you later.